Yes, welcome to your online classes, students. Now, today we are going to start a new chapter, Empires in India. Empires in India. Hopefully, this content is visible to you properly. Yes, I wish you can read this. Okay, so empires in India. India, you all know it's name of our country. What do you mean by empires? What do you mean by empire? See, students, there is a word kingdom, and the another word here in front of us is empire. Okay, these two words are very similar, and many of the people are confused in between two words. Some of the people think that these words are same only, empire and kingdom, but it is not so. Okay, empires are larger than kingdoms. Kingdoms are the territories or the areas which are ruled by a king. These are the areas ruled by a king. Okay, and empires are larger than kingdoms, and these are ruled by emperors. Who will rule the empire? Emperor. And emperor are, it means bigger than the kings. Okay, it means they have more power than the king, and one empire will be ruling over many kingdoms, many dynasties, many areas. Okay, hopefully this is clear to you. Once again I'll explain what do you mean by empires and kingdoms. Kingdoms are the areas which are ruled by a king. So the place of the king we will say as kingdom, that king's kingdom. Okay, and empire is larger than a kingdom. Okay, sometimes different territories, even different states fall under a empire, fall under an empire. Okay, so empire is bigger than kingdoms. Okay, so now Indian history. About Indian history we are going to read in this chapter. Okay, so Indian history is broadly divided into the ancient, medieval and modern periods. Indian history is divided into three periods, students. And which are these periods? These periods are, let me tell you, just wait a while. See, Indian history. And what are the three parts of Indian history? First one is ancient, second one is medieval, the third one is modern. So, Indian history is divided into how many periods? Three periods. Ancient means very old. Medieval means the medium years. Okay, and the modern one are the years which are the recent 1 years. Okay, which are not that old. Okay, so Indian history is broadly divided into three categories, three periods. First period is ancient period, second period is medieval period, and third period is which period, students? Modern period. Okay, so let us read about two of the most important empires, two of the important empires in India, Indian history, the Mauryan Empire in the ancient period and the Mughal Empire in the medieval period. Okay, the about Indian history we are going to read two empires. Okay, and what are these two empires? Mauryan Empire in the ancient period and the Mughal Empire in the medieval period. It means two empires of different periods we are going to read. Mauryan Empire belongs to ancient history, okay? And this Mughals belong to medieval period, okay? So about these two empires we are going to study in this chapter, okay? So a brief introduction of these both are given at the first instance, that is the Mauryan Empire was one of the most powerful dynasties in ancient India, okay? The Mauryan Empire was one of the most powerful dynasties in India. It was very powerful and it controlled most of the parts of India at that time, okay? So a founder of this dynasty, founder of this empire was Chandragupta Maurya. Who was the founder of this empire? Mauryan Empire, Chandragupta Maurya, okay? Few of the greatest kings included Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara and Ashoka. Now you will be surprised to know that Chandragupta Maurya's son was Bindusara and Bindusara's son was Ashoka. It means Chandragupta was grandfather of Ashoka, and both the Ashoka as well as Chandragupta Maurya were very popular, were very famous. Okay, students? Hopefully till now you don't have any kind of confusion. Okay? So these, Mauryan dynasty was very important, very famous, very popular, and Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of this dynasty, this empire, okay? Now, the Mughal Empire. The Mughal Empire. Mughal Empire was in which period? In medieval period, and this Mauryan Empire was in ancient period, okay? So, Mughal dynasty rose to power. Now, what is a dynasty, student? That also let me explain you. Like I told you, Chandragupta's son was Bindusara after Ashoka. It means they belong to one family only, okay? And they were kings of the Mauryan Empire, right? So here what happened? One family, like son after son. When father will die, his son will, rule over the particular kingdom or the particular empire. So that is known as a dynasty. What is a dynasty? When the kings become from one family also. When the kings come over from one family only, okay? After the death of the father, the son will become the king, and after the death of that son's child will again become the king, okay? In this Mughal dynasty also, in the later periods, in the later classes of this chapter, you are going to learn that one family was only there which was ruling the country, okay? So, the Mughal dynasty rose to power in the medieval India. The Mughals set up a large empire in India. It means the Mughals also ruled over a large part of India. Empire means already I have told you. Greatest Mughal emperors included Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. So here also this series is like that only. Babur's son Humayun, Humayun's son Akbar, Akbar's son Jahangir, Jahangir's son Shah Jahan, and Shah Jahan's son was Aurangzeb. Okay? One advertisement is also there if you watch the TV. Babur ka beta Humayun and Humayun ka Akbar. The soap Pierce. For the soap Pierce, this advertisement is there telecasted on the television. You must have seen that. Yes? The girl sings a song. The lady sings a song. Babur ka beta Humayun and Humayun ka Akbar. To learn this, I will tell you one shortcut at the last of this chapter. Okay, students? Let me continue. Why? So many great so many great rulers have ruled over different parts of the Indian subcontinent. Okay, many different rulers were there, and they have ruled on the different parts of our country. Okay, subcontinent. Subcontinent means part of a continent. Sub means part of a something. So here India is referred to as a subcontinent. And as India is a part of Asia na, and Asia is a continent, I guess you all know that. Yes? So Ashoka and Akbar the Great were the greatest emperors of the Mauryan and the Mughal dynasties respectively. Yes? So Ashoka was the great emperor of the Mauryan dynasty and Akbar was the great emperor of Mughal dynasty. Okay? Akbar belonged to which dynasty? Mughal dynasty, and Ashoka belonged to Mauryan dynasty. Okay? See here, you can see statue depicting King Ashoka points to the Grama Stupa, Sanchi town in India. Where is this located? In Sanchi town in India. Okay? And here you can see the Red Fort of Delhi is given, and this Red Fort was built by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Okay? In Delhi you can find that. Okay? Here at the top of your this page, what is given? Statue of Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Mauryan Empire. Okay? Now moving to the next page. The Mauryan Empire. The Mauryan Empire. Okay? So students, now let us start with the Mauryan Empire. Chandragupta Maurya was the first Mauryan king. Yes, was the first Mauryan king. He established his rule almost the whole of the North India with the help of his advisor Kautilya. Kautilya's another name is Chanakya also, and he was very famous. He was very famous guru. Who? Chanakya. Kautilya. See illustration of Kautilya. This he is Kautilya or Chanakya. Chanakya was another name of Kautilya only. Okay. So Kautilya was an advisor to Chandragupta. Who was the advisor to Chandragupta? Kautilya. और चंद्रगुप्ता ने क्या किया था? बहुत बड़े एम्पायर को रूल किया था ऑलमोस्ट नॉर्थ इंडिया के पूरे पार्ट्स में. ओके, with whose help? With the help of his advisor Chanakya or Kautilya. Okay, the capital, what is capital? The city that functions as the seat of government of a region or a country. Yes, already you have learned in the previous chapters what is the capital. Capital city कौन सी state कौन सी city होती है जहाँ पे किसी state के या किसी particular जगह के government की seat होती है, right? Okay, the capital of the empire was at Patliputra, now which is known as Patna. It means the early name of Patna was Patliputra, present day capital of Bihar. पटना का अर्लियर नेम क्या था? पाटलिपुत्र. ओके, so what is the present day name of Patliputra? Patna. Yes, and Patna is the capital of Bihar. In chapter number 9 you people have learned that. Yes students. Okay, so the capital of Mauryan Empire was Patliputra. Okay, Bihar, Patna. So Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya. Already I have told you, Ashoka was grandson of Chandragupta Maurya. Okay. Here you can see the map. Okay, this is Ashoka's empire and the yellow part one. Okay, so it means these areas, these and these all are the areas which are ruled over by Ashoka. Okay. This one is the great stupa. What is a stupa? Which is built in this kind of shape, and these are great temples. Okay. Yes. So Ashoka Fort, many stupa. Stupa, I was telling you, this is located in Sanchi and in present day Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and this was originally commissioned by Ashoka. Ashoka fought many wars. Ashoka fought a lot of wars, but at the war of Kalinga, Kalinga is now situated in Odisha. Earlier Odisha was known as Kalinga. So, Ashoka, when he fought at Kalinga, a war at Kalinga, he found that a lot of people dead in this war, around, lakhs of people, and around 1,50,000 people were made as slaves. So, he was very upset with this thing that many people died in this war. And after this particular war of Kalinga, he decided that now never in his life he will fight a war. Okay, and afterward he adopted, he became the follower of Buddha. Okay, he became the follower of Gautam Buddha, and he just wanted to help people, he just wanted to serve people of his empire. And now he wanted to win the hearts of people, not through the wars, but through helping them, through compassion. Compassion means लोगों के लिए दया और ये सब चीजें होना. So Ashoka fought many wars. After seeing the bloodshed, bloodshed means when people die, when the war takes place, a lot of people, a lot of blood is flooded in that area. है ना, जब लोग युद्ध लड़ते तो बहुत सारा खून बहता है, और उस खून को बहते देख अशोका का बहुत दिल दुखा. Okay, caused by the war against Kalinga, he vowed to never fight wars. Even he was the winner in that war. जबकि उस युद्ध को उन्होंने, कलिंगा की वॉर को उन्होंने, किसने, अशोका ने जीता था, उसके बावजूद भी उन्होंने कसम खाई. वोड मीन्स कसम खाना, किसी चीज की प्रतिज्ञा लेना. ओके, और अशोका ने क्या करा, कसम खाई कि आज के बाद मैं कभी भी युद्ध नहीं लड़ूंगा. ओके, he became the follower of the Buddha and devoted his life towards improving the lives of his people. और उसने अपनी लाइफ को, उन्होंने अपनी लाइफ को किसके लिए डिवोट कर दिया, लोगों के लिए, कि मैं बस लोगों की सेवा करूंगा, लोगों की लाइफ को इम्प्रूव करूंगा, वेलफेयर करूंगा. ओके, सो स्टैच्यू ऑफ अशोका एट डियर पार्क सरनाथ, उत्तर प्रदेश में अशोका का स्टैच्यू बना हुआ है. ओके, सो दीज थिंग्स वर देयर अबाउट मौर्यन एम्पायर. ओके, here you can see Ashoka pillar is there. Ashoka pillar at Vaishali, Bihar. See, here you can see the lion, face of a lion is there. Okay, students, if you will see, observe the 100 rupee note or 500 rupee note or 2000 rupee note or even on the coins के ऊपर, बहुत सारे नोट्स के ऊपर हम लोग एक तो गांधी जी की पिक्चर देखते हैं, और एक पिक्चर ऐसी होती है जिसके अंदर लॉयन का फेस बना हुआ रहता है. ठीक है, वो ग्रेट सिंबल होता है अशोका का. ओके, दैट सिंबल वाज यूज्ड बाय अशोका. गिव मी व्हाई. Here you can see this kind of symbol, you can see on the many notes, on the coins. Yes, you can see or not? You can see na? And this is also known as national emblem of India. National emblem of India. National emblem means a particular sign which is used to represent our nation. Okay, so this is the national emblem of India. And you can see here that Ashoka Chakra is also there. You can see over here. And this chakra, this particular wheel is also found on our flag. Yes, these have 24 spokes, and these spokes represent the different policies of the Buddha. Okay, of the relation Buddha. In higher classes, you will learn more about these kind of things, students. Okay. So for this class, about this national emblem, it is enough for you. Okay. Now let us continue with the chapter. So I hope students you all are happy to know that Ashoka was such a great ruler and his symbols are used even now today so that we can give him respect, so that we can give him this small tribute as we give towards Gandhiji, our father of nation, because he has done a lot for us in the freedom struggle of India. In the same way, Ashoka has also done a lot to serve the people, okay, at his time. Okay, students? So, Ashoka communicated with his subjects through his edicts. What are edicts? Edicts are the messages which were given by the kings. These are the official messages. Okay, erected in different parts. Erected means build. What do you mean by erect? Erected means build somewhere, like these different kind of things are built. See, the remains of Ashoka's great Mauryan dynasty can be found at the Kumrar in Patna, Bihar. Erected in different parts of his empire, he had his instructions carved on rocks and pillars. उनको जो भी मैसेज लोगों को देना होता था वो पिलर्स पे, स्टोन्स पे, रॉक्स पे, इन सब पे उसको लिखवा देते थे. ओके, so that's all about today's class. Okay, students, bye and have a good day.